we are a consumer tech company, right? I'll just talk about the guardrails first. It takes a huge amount of development effort to take anything out, but then we don't build anything that we don't believe will get to a 50 to 100 million revenue in 2-3 years, right? So each product, that's the basic threshold. The point I'm trying to make is we don't expect to have 100 products, right? We expect to have a smaller portfolio of products that are very complex to make, and we will not get into commoditized categories. So I think that's like the guardrail number one, right? Because that also leverages on our strengths, which is, we have a very strong tech-focused organization, right? And then there are certain areas, because we operate in regulated spaces, what the invasive tests kind of come later in priority than non-invasive tests, because we are a very young company and we don't want to go into stuff that would take years to convince the FDA to approve us. So I think that is another variable here. And I think the third thing is pure tech. I think a lot of things are still not developed yet, which we're building. So with these guardrails, I'll tell you the specifics here. We have a very strong urine platform. We can do all kinds of very strong urine tests today. And so while we are focused on people trying to conceive, for example, 25% of all pregnancies end up in a miscarriage, and the marker used to track is called beta HCG. There is today no home test in the world that can do that, right? That is one of the focus areas. We are in talks with the FDA for that. That is one side. Then we are also working on our saliva platform, specifically on other hormones like testosterone and cortisol, right? And like I said, it takes us a while to there's a huge R&D phase that goes beyond coming up with these products, but when they get out, we do expect them to give us 50 to 100 million in 2-3 years. And once we move beyond, the extension of fertility, which is people, once they get pregnant, monitoring their pregnancy and other hormones like testosterone, cortisol, we will start looking at blood tests as well in a longer horizon. I think the end game for us would be to build a device that will be in every consumer's home, allowing them to test all body parameters. And just to give you a sense, right? Like if you're talking about just US, we are talking about $1,000 a year from 100 million families, right? That's our TAM. And obviously it's not a 3-year game. We know that, right? So, but we are very patient. Like we want to see every home. And me and my co-founder very strongly believe that we will have a time where all of us will have a device at our home that will tell us everything about our body. And it's going to be a, decade that we'll get there in, right? But it's going to happen and it's going to be massive.